Hey everybody, here's a quick overview of the Old English Poetry and Facsimile Project, or OEPF. I'm Martin Foys, the director and senior editor of the project, coming to you from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Here's a quick shot of me recording this video so you can hold that in your head while you're listening if you want. Also, you can pause the video at any time if you want to look at the slides I'm showing you in more detail. We don't have a lot of time, so let me start off by saying to see OEPF and everything that it's got going on, just go right to the website, oepoetryfacsimile.org. You'll be able to see everything in much better detail than you can on this video for sure. Okay, OEPF has 5 big features that distinguishes it from other editions of Old English poetry. 1. OEPF is open access, public-facing scholarship that is freely available for anyone to use and will remain that way. It also builds on the access that the British Library, the Parker Library, the Bodleian Libraries, and numerous other institutions have provided by making their digital repositories freely available to all. Okay, 2. Every poetic text edited is a facsimile edition, meaning it is both edited as a textual transcription and as a digital facsimile of the manuscript or object containing the text. Edited moments on transcriptions and digital facsimiles are linked together, so you can approach the text through the transcription, the facsimile, or both. All edited texts reference most major editions of a work from the ASPR volumes forward, and every edition is also accompanied by a modern translation for reference. The OEPF's goal is comprehensive in scale. Like the ASPR before it, it aims to eventually include every piece of known Old English poetry. That's about 415 works and 31,000 lines of poetry. The only poem we are not going to edit in OEPF is Beowulf, a healthy 10% of the poetic corpus all on its own, because Kevin Kiernan has already achieved the OEPF's goals with the 4th edition of the electronic Beowulf, so we just link to that. We aim to complete the work in 6 to 8 years, by around 2028. So far, we're 3 years into the project, and by the end of the summer, we are on pace to have edited over 150 works or 10,000 lines of the poetic corpus, so more than a third of the way there already. We have already edited multiple examples of every single genre and type of Old English poetry, and works from all the big 4 manuscript anthologies, Junius 11, Vercelli, Exeter, and Cotton Vitellius A15. So here's a lightning round to showcase all the kinds of works already available that you can go study right now in the OEPF. Riddles, Chronicle Verse, Charms, Calendrical Verse, Boethian meters, Homiletic Verse, Runic monuments, Old Testament narratives, heroic poetry, elegies, glossed metrical prefaces, microverses and marginal verse, prayers, dedicatory verse, inscribed objects, poems hidden in charter boundary clauses, dialogues, fragments, the Brussels cross, a whole bunch of psalms, wisdom poetry, and the Franks Casket, and much, much more. Okay, 4. OEPF's editions are designed to meet the manuscript or object text in its own moment, centering the form of the manuscript or object text, i.e., how and why the text appears as it does on the page or object, and the material, scribal, codicological, paleographical, metrical, dialectical, grammatical considerations which may inform that appearance. The goal here is to preserve, not remove, the linguistic, cultural, and poetic heterogeneity of Old English vernacular verse. Accordingly, OEPF editions practice what I've termed restorative retention. Many past editions of Old English verse often privileged the standardization of phonology, grammar, and orthography over such heterogeneity. In contrast, the methodology of OEPF privileges linguistic heterogeneity and description over standardization and prescription. Through the approach of the restorative retentions, we are finding we are making between 30 and 60% fewer emendations in any given text. Finally, OEPF is not only a scholarly project, but a pedagogical one as well. OEPF work is done by a rotating team of contributing editors through credit-bearing practicums and through funded assistantships, all geared towards early scholar careers. Contributing editors have intellectual and collaborative input for the critical and editorial work they help produce and are fully and publicly credited. The process of editing is an intensely educational one, with editors receiving continuous mentorship and feedback on the work that they do while learning about different genres, manuscripts, scribal practices, objects, and verse forms, while reviewing the diverse editorial history of each work they work on. Okay, there are so many more details and cool features of these editions I could share, but that's pretty much all the time we have. Go to the website to explore the editions and everything they can do, and please tell anybody you think might be interested in OEPF about it. Just send them to oepoetryfacsimile.org. Hey, and thank you.